iFILM, London. iFILM, London.
To obviously for this is the head-to-head press conference for this Friday's boxing at Troxy, 2nd of March, live on Box Nation. It's promoted by Queensbury Promotions in association with Hellraiser Promotions. Very happy to be working with Mickey Elliott. Put a lot of work into this. I know Mickey's been going mad for winning on his tickets, and I'd like to thank all his boxers for all their hard work to make making this event a success. Main event for this Friday is Stephen Smith against Ben Jones for the vacant WBO Intercontinental Super Featherweight title. Stephen's back on track after a first round win out in Germany on the Chisora Klitschko Undercard. It's a fight I think he definitely needed to get back in his system, a win back in his system after what he will readily admit was a disappointing performance against Lee Selby last year in Liverpool. That was a bad night at the office though. Stephen knows that, I know that, and I think everyone involved with Stephen and indeed boxing knows that. He's a much better boxer than he showed that night, and I think obviously the fact of winning Germany was the first foot to put that right, and to winning a title on Friday night will not only give him a ranking in the WBO, but we'll take him that next step closer to getting a British title shot. He has regrouped. He assures me, and so is his trainer Joe Gallagher assures me he's looking fantastic in the gym, and his confidence is obviously back. He's back up where it should be after winning Germany. He assures me he never wants to taste that defeat again, and having had that disappointment, I think he himself will not want to experience that again. So I think Ben Jones is in for a tough night on Friday night. However, he has got to be at the top of his game on Friday. Ben Jones is a very fit guy, and this is a big opportunity for him as well. So Stephen won't be taking it lightly, but I'm sure we'll be in for a good night. And like I said, everyone can catch the action live on Box Nation, which the broadcast will start from 8 PM. I'll show it to Mickey. Thanks.
Thank you, Francis. Well, firstly, I'd like to say how happy I am to be working with Francis and his brother George. Obviously, the link that they have with Box Nation TV channel is really going to raise the profile of my events, which are normally, I suppose, they're known for being small hall events. Also, the calibre of fighter that's going to allow us to work with now. As you can see, the main event, we've got Stephen Smith, and Ben Jones. The reason why I'm happy for that to be the main event, because we see too many main events on TV, not on Box Nation, but generally, that I'm not really that motivated as a boxing fan to watch them. This is a fight I absolutely, definitely would watch. I would pay to see it. Obviously, as Francis mentioned, there was a bad night for Swifty back end of last year, but he's a quality fighter. He's going to come back. I know obviously he's going to be. And this is the thing I always look for when I make a fight. The top of the bill, certainly, you can't have every fight 50-50. But the top of the bill, I always try and make two guys that I know will be motivated to go that extra mile, to dig deep, who are really hungry to win. And both of these guys are. Ben has improved so much over the last couple of years. It'll be really interesting to see. This, he's obviously going to be stepping up a level. He's a reigning English champion, and obviously Swifty is going to be very motivated, having lost that British title. I know how hungry he is to get it back, and I think we're in for an absolutely cracking night on the 2nd of March on Box Nation at the Troxy. I'm going to pass you now to the trainer and manager of Ben Jones, Michael Aldis. And then we can speak to the fighters, and I look forward to seeing you on the night on Box Nation and at the Troxy. Thank you.
Hello. We'd like to say, to start off with, Ben Jones, his career has gone quite slowly, but now he's English champion now, and all guns are blazing. He's looking forward to going on. Now Steve's a good fighter. He's had a disappointing loss, obviously, at the end of last year against Selby, but Ben fought and lost an unlucky decision, I thought, because it should have well. We thought Ben won that fight, the draw at the most. And then the fight Steve had in Germany, was it last week, 2 weeks ago? Now, I mean, that was a confidence booster for him. I mean, to be quite honest with you, all that fight was, it wasn't a meaningful fight. It was there just to boost his confidence slightly. Now, Ben's last fight against Cash, he had an excellent win all rounds. I mean, people say I'm not sure it should have went down as a knockout down on the record, but it didn't do. I mean, it was an excellent performance by Ben. Shows much he's improved. Now, we've struggled to get on the shows lately, but we're just looking forward to Friday night, to coming out here and showing really what Ben Jones is probably the best super featherweight in this country at the moment. So we're looking at this, and hopefully after this we've got British title to come next. Now, I've gone through numerous rounds of 12 rounds myself, and there's no one, I mean, I was in excellent shape when I was fighting. But I can tell you now, this lad here is in such good shape, and he's got such an engine on him that, to be honest with you, I mean, I think on one of his fights he was throwing 100 punches per round plus. So I'm looking forward, and let's just say both of these fighters, they both throw lots of punches. They're both going to be, it's going to be a very, very exciting fight. So we're looking forward now to Friday night. I just think it's going to be one of those fights. Yeah, let's say it is a 50-50 fight. They're excellent fighters. They're both going to give it their all. So that's the only way they know how to fight, both of them. So it's going to be an excellent fight for Sky TV and Box Nation, definitely. It could be one of the fights of the year. Without doubt, questionably, it's going to be one of those fights where I think that both fighters are going to give it their, one should give it their all, and it's going to be an excellent fight. And it's good. I just think, I mean, Ben Jones, I think Superior is a much bigger man, naturally, and I think that's going to show on the night for sure. So, but as I say, good luck to both fighters, and good luck to Box Nation. Thank you.
All I've got to say is I'm really looking forward to Friday night. I'm sure Stephen is as well. It's a great opportunity for both of us, and the best man win.
Could have got more than one microphone, you know.
Just going over what's been said already, really. Preparation's gone well, and I'm just looking forward now to showing people what I can do, really. You know, it's been reiterated a few times about the bad night I had last year, and you know, all I can do is put that right in the ring, and that's what I plan on doing, and I'll show people Friday night.
Okay, well, if anyone's got any questions for either of the fighters?
Since you've got common loss in Leeds Hill, and yours was a 6 round.
Mine was a 6 round, yeah.
What have you done differently in your training? Is it a case of going back to the drawing board, or has it been refinements? What have you been doing differently?
No, to be honest with you, it's not so much change. I was supposed to defend my titles on July the 9th, the Murray Mitchell bill, which got cancelled, and you know, that got put back a week to July the 16th. But my brother was getting married that day, I was best man, so I couldn't fight that day. So he told me I'd be on the first bill in September, which it was. And it wasn't really enough time to stop training and starting again. And I just went back through. I overtrained, and I was flat in the night. You could see that from the first round onwards. And you know, I had a good rest, come back, and I'm ready to go again now.
So nothing drastically different?
Not majorly in the training, just obviously refining it back and, you know, make sure I never make the same mistake again.
Okay. Also, bearing in mind you've got obviously your family and brothers, etc. Do you feel a bit of extra pressure
No.
because of that, or is it just always what you've experienced and it's the same?
Yeah, with having my elder brother, obviously, it's always been there. I've always had a brother gone before me and won things before me and stuff. So that's just common knowledge to me, really. It's not really pressure. I suppose my youngest brother, you know, being fourth in line, there's probably a lot of pressure on him when he comes through. But you know, for me personally, no, there's no pressure at all.
Ben, you haven't been particularly busy this year.
I haven't.
Reason for that?
Politics, really, yeah. I've been waiting for, I've just been waiting for the right fights to come along, which haven't happened.
And I suppose a progression after this fight, whoever wins, you'll be looking to make a match with Selby.
It's one of the options to look at. Yeah. Obviously, we have to see what Lee's progress is and what Lee, where Lee's at. But yeah, obviously that's a natural progression. Yeah.
Stephen, was you happy to get the win in Germany in the first round out of the way rather than having a long grueling fight, having to fight a couple of weeks later?
Yeah, a lot of people ask me that out in Germany, you know, do they want any rounds, but no, at the end of the day, would have got a few rounds and it would have been a clash of heads or a bad hand, and it would have took this fight out of the question, and it, you know, the 1 round thing was perfect, really.
Can you tell us a little bit about who's on the undercard Friday night?
Yes, I can. The undercard is headed by Ashley Sexton. I managed Ashley for the first 3 years of his career. He had a little spell sort of away, and then I'm really glad that he's come back. I've known Ashley since he was 9, so there's quite an emotional tie there as well. Ashley, I think, has got the ability, certainly in Britain, to clean up. I mean, he's not going to be a flyweight anymore, he's too big. I mean, when he first rang me, we just sat down, we had a chat about his objectives, what he wants to achieve, where he wants to be, where he's, you know, his career, where he sees it heading and how we're going to go about it. And the thing that I really liked about it was that there was no talk of, I want this. I think he sometimes misrepresents himself, and maybe gets a little bit anxious, and he says things, and then he's actually a humble, he is a humble kid, and I think as he gets older and people get to know him more, that will come across. Anyway, so the undercard, he heads it against a very decent Frenchman who's 7-1. He's called Thomas Masson, and like I say, what I liked about Ashley when we talked again, it wasn't I want this, I want that. He just said, look, you just make the fights, and I was well, okay, well, why don't, you know, there's some good names out there. Yeah, I'll fight them. And so, in terms of a supporting bout, I mean, it's worthy almost of, certainly for my shows, at the top of the bill. You know, I mean, he's fighting a kid that's got a good record. And Ashley obviously has got good pedigree. He boxed for the British title and came very close to winning it when it was a draw. And I think he's gone back with his trainer, Paul Rees, who I'm really, really pleased he decided to do that, because I know the fights I've seen since he left Paul, there's been something missing. Every single one of them, there's been something missing. And when I was first talking to Paul, as Ashley's gone back with him, Paul was a little bit disillusioned. He was like, well, the thing is, we stopped doing that when after about his second pro fight. That mistake, we rubbed it out, we eradicated it, and now he's doing it again. You know, so we've taken a step back. But as time has gone on, he's told me, no, you know, now we're getting back to where we were, and I think, you know, we'll see on Friday. But I'm looking forward to a good fight. Ashley will come up in a second and he'll have a chat. So if there's any more questions for Swifty or Ben, we can do them. I know they obviously wants to get on with his preparations for Friday. And,
Well done. Thanks very much for coming down. Thanks again to Paul, Jeremy. Cheers.
iFILM, London. iFILM, London. iFILM.